What's going on, everybody? It's Sasha, your market expert here in Charlotte. Hope you're all doing well and welcome back to the channel and welcome back for another, unfortunately, slightly disappointing real estate market update for the month of March. Now, keep in mind, even though it's April right now, this market report, we're going to go over the numbers for March. We do everything in arrears, so we have an entire month's of data compiled together to have the most accurate information so you can make the best possible decisions based on what your real estate needs are in the Charlotte market. Now, nothing's slowing down. The buyer demand is still extremely high and the supply is still low. We are getting more homes coming, and this is as to be expected as we're in springtime now heading into summer. We are going to see a lot more homes, and daily, every time I log in, I start searching, for houses for my clients. I'm seeing a lot of coming soon listings, and a lot more that I've been seeing these past couple months, which is always a good thing. And I'm hoping to see a lot more, which will happen, but I'm just hoping that rate gets exaggerated a little bit. Now, I honestly don't understand why we're not really seeing much of a slowdown at all in regards to the activity in the market, because now our interest rate is above 5%. So I'm not understanding, because we have the same demand, almost the same demand that we did when interest rates were 3.5%, 4%. So I don't know. I think it might be taking buyers and things like that a little bit of time to start acclimating to the new interest rates, because right now, some stuff doesn't even make sense. There's a lot of houses that I see that hit the market. The price doesn't make sense and the activity doesn't make sense. I shouldn't be going buy a $450,000 house that needs updating, that hasn't been updated in 10, 20 years, and it's going for multiple offers and 30, 40K above listing. That does not make sense to me. I'm constantly checking all these houses that I've looked at to see what they've sold for. Some of them, don't get me wrong, some of them are, they grant 40, 50, 60, 70K over the listed price on what they can offer in regards to location, condition, any updates that have been happening, and what recently sold in the neighborhood. But there are a ton of homes out there where it just doesn't make sense. And that's kind of where my mind is a little bit boggled, because I feel like a lot of buyers out there, they're having kind of a fear of missing out. Maybe they think that home prices are going to go up, another 50 to 100 grand in the next year or something like that, which might happen. I don't see that happening. Anything could happen at this point. But I'm just confused as to why it's still happening when our rates are above 5%. It really doesn't make sense. So I'm advising my clients and things like that to take their time. And honestly, I've had some people that want to offer a lot over asking price for a certain house. And I sit down and have a conversation with them if it's a good idea, if it's a bad idea. And in some cases, I'm like, hey, listen, if I was you, I personally wouldn't do it. But if you would like to, that is 100% up to you and your decision. I'll support you in every way, and I'll do everything I can for you, to help you get this house. But there is a lot of things that really don't make sense right now with these interest rates. Again, that's my quick rant of the month. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Give me a comment down below and let me know your thoughts about the market. I'm always curious to what you guys have to say. Some people think it's way overpriced. Some people think it's okay. Some people think it's going to go up a lot higher. So I'm always interested in, what your thoughts are as well. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and hop right into the numbers with new listings. So we had 5,253 new listings in the month of March. That is still, however, an 8.1% decrease from this time last year, but it is 1,000 plus more homes than we had in the month of February. And as mentioned, as we head into the summertime, we're going to be seeing a lot more homes hit the market. So this number will be close to and going over 6,000 new listings as we get into the end of April and the end of May. So I'm hoping that this number continues to have more inventory and more options available for all the buyers out there. Now moving on to pending sales, and this is a little bit interesting. So we had 4,946 home sales pending in the month of March. That's a 9.6% decrease from this time last year. However, take a look at this. In 2021, that number was up 25.6%. So based off this, the demand is still extremely high. Remember, I just said there was just over 5,200 new listings and there's almost just under 5,000 pending. So it seems like everything that's getting put on the market is getting bought up, which honestly is pretty much the case. But the pending sales are down 9.6% and they were up over 25% in 2021. So this is something happening right here, and this is the interest rates pricing out buyers. As mentioned, you had a lot more buying power when the rates were at 3%, at 3.5%, even 4%. Now they're at 5% and above. It's less buying power for the buyers out there. The same person that was trying to buy a $500,000 home at a 3.5% interest rate might not be able to buy that same $500,000 home at a 5% interest rate. Now they might be back down to 425, 450. And as prices get higher, a lot of home buyers are getting priced out because interest rates are also getting higher. So this is something that we need to keep an eye on. Next up is the average sales price, which came in just under $430,000. And that's a 15.6% increase from this time last year. But get this, it's just above $23,000 more dollars than the average sales price was in the month of February. So that's telling you that buyers are putting very strong offers on the table. And obviously this is the highest average sales price that the Charlotte metro area has ever seen. And let's see if it continues to go up or if we start to stagnate a little bit. Now let's talk about the median sales price, which came in at just under $370,000, which is a 20.4% increase from this time last year. And when you compare it to the median sales price in the month of February, it's just above $9,000 more dollars. I do not like this being a median price point at all. I feel a lot more comfortable with the median sales price being, 300, around 325. I think that's doable. This is pricing so many people out. So for all my first-time home buyers, my young people and my young professionals and things like that, if you're looking to buy your first home, this number is going to be a good indicator of where you need to be at, with your pre-approval letter in order to get a home. Unfortunately, I hate saying this. As I mentioned, I'd like this to be a little bit lower where I think it should be. I think the median price point should be around 325. But the market does not care about what I think, obviously. And now we have a median price point of $370,000. Now let's talk about days on market, which came in at 20, and that is a 20% decrease from this time last year. And when comparing it to the month previous, it's a 4-day decrease. So this is telling us that when homes get listed, they are selling really fast. Honestly, this number is a little bit misleading because it seems like it's nowhere near 20. Most of the houses that get listed sell within the first couple of days. So if you're looking to get into a property or you want to submit an offer on a property, make sure you ask your agent what the activity is on the property. Most of the houses that are sitting for weeks, months, and things like that, they are overpriced. They're not updated, and the value just isn't there. Usually, it's the homes that are listed by Zillow, Opendoor, OfferPad, but every now and again, they list a good home that sells with multiple offers and sells quickly, but honestly, most of their stuff sits for a while in this market. Now let's talk about the percentage of the original list price received, which was 101.8, and that's a 1.7% increase from this time last year. Basically, what this is telling you is that you can expect to pay 1.8% above the listed price. I will tell you this again is a misleading number. Most of the houses that are getting sold are selling a lot more than 1.8% of the purchase price. But again, it all varies on the house. A lot of the offers I'm seeing right now are very strong. Lately, for me, it's been $40,000+ on top of the listed price in order to get the offer accepted. I've seen a lot higher. I've seen over 100,000, but obviously that is more of a rarity, and you need to be damn sure of the area of the home and everything like that. I've had buyers before, never 100,000 over, but about 70,000 over. And I let them know, hey, obviously you're more than welcome to, but this better be your house for the next 10, 15, 20 years, because you are paying for your equity in the next 5, 6, 7 years today. So if that's something you want to do, more power to you. But make sure that you consult again with your agent to know where you need to be at, to submit an offer. Don't just go submitting 1.8% of the listed price above in order to get it. Make sure you're submitting the best offer that you can, and obviously the one that you feel most comfortable with. Last but not least, the most depressing stat of them all, months of inventory, which came in at 0.5, and that's a 37.5% decrease from this time last year. And basically what this is saying is, if nobody else put their house and listed it on the market within 2 weeks, every house would be sold if the demand continue the way it's currently happening. This number is ridiculous. It's been ridiculous, especially in these last 2 years. I don't know what's going to happen. The only thing I can possibly see happening where this number jumps up is if home sellers start to panic because of the rising interest rate and they think the prices might decrease. Then we might start to see an influx of homes hit the market. But who knows if that's going to happen. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel to find out if that does happen. Leave me a comment, hit the like button. Catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye.